Together is one of the most original anticipated horror movies releasing this year, but here's the thing, is it original? Because not just one, but two projects are claiming that it stole entire concepts, themes, or even entire scenes from their respective projects. I wanted to get into both the validity of those claims and to simplify the drama that's surrounding this film. This film, which releases relatively soon on July 30th, stars real-life couple Dave Franco and Alison Brie. It's been getting fucking fantastic reviews at film festivals. I believe it still holds in 100% on Rotten Tomatoes, and is being distributed by Neon. The general concept surrounds a couple that is banning everything to move to the country. There's some tensions due to that, I'm assuming other things, and they have some sort of encounter with the mysterious, unnatural force, which, and I quote, threatens to corrupt their lives, their love, and their flesh, end quote. To simplify that even further, it's a force that brings things together. It's an allegory for codependence. This movie is a body horror, if that wasn't obvious enough, and it just looks really interesting visually, and that's why I'm excited for it. But apparently this concept is not wholly original to this film. First example, which most people probably already know if you're aware of the drama, is the film Better Half, which released in 2023 to many film festivals, which is actively suing this film. It didn't get picked up for distribution, so there's no active way to actually watch it yourself. This film was based off of Greek mythology, and it was based on an idea that the filmmaker had in apparently 2011. Studio Fest, a production company behind this film, claims a bunch of specific things in the lawsuit that both the films share. The filmmakers claim that the two main characters of each respective film are carbon copies of each other, one being an artist and one being a teacher. There's a supposed identical conversation about Plato's Symposium. I don't even know if I'm saying that right, but the concept is that humans originally had 2 heads and 8 limbs, but were supposedly so powerful that they were split in half by the gods, and that's why people look for soulmates. And this leads us into the main similar concept, which is the couples getting merged somehow. To the extent of which, I don't know, these films have not been released. The supposed final scene involving a certain album being played, the same exact album for both films. And to add even more salt to the wound, it was alleged that this concept was pitched to WME, which represents both Alison Brie and Dave Franco, with the both of them in mind for the 2 lead characters. Now this was done in 2020, but they passed on it, and then when the filmmakers heard that this Together film that was coming out, they went to go see it at a film festival and were just disgusted. Here's the thing though, there has been an official statement come out by the director and writer of this film, Michael Shanks. He said, and I quote, that the accusations were deeply unsettling but entirely untrue. Like I mentioned before, this film was written in 2019, but it was also registered to the WGA at that time. So this was an entire year before Better Half was pitched to WME, and who even knows if Alison Brie and Dave Franco read over the script. And since a statement that's kind of where things have been left off, it's still an active case. There's another case, it's not a film, it's a comic, that has the exact same name as well. Now, frankly, there's a lot less similarities in this case. In fact, this was more just a thing that was claimed over Twitter. There was no formal filing, with the similarities here being obviously the title, the concept of a fused couple, and shared trauma. And through comics being a more visual medium, the visual comparison there. Here's the thing though, I'm pretty sure this comic itself has gone unpublished. This comic was released in 2022 by the House of Decline on Twitter, and in a now deleted tweet they claim plagiarism, when in actuality they realized that the finished script has been floating around since 2021. With that, there's only one major actual claim for plagiarism against this film, and if you ask my opinion, I just think it's insanely coincidental. Are you excited for Together? Were you aware of any of this? Remember, all movies are art, and of course follow for more.